to the Market Rag for Monday, January 7th, 2008. Pretty crazy day out there today, chopping around and really acting like we might be trying to find a bottom here, believe it or not. Not too much ended up happening from a percentage standpoint. You'll see the S&P barely broke that 0.25%. The other two were under it. The only big percent mover out there was the oil, being down almost 2.5% today. Coming over to the market sentiment grid here, the one thing you can notice is these were all at 1 to 2% yesterday, so we have had a nice little move up. They haven't gotten rid of the extreme low buy signals that are kicking in still, so I don't know if this little move up's quite over yet. Looking at a chart of the S&P 500, you can see the move down came down and just barely touched our support area. It also put in somewhat of a bullish reversal candlestick pattern known as a doji. This doji's got a little extra weight on it though. We'll see what happens. I think the bigger thing is we're right here near support, which would be a logical place for a bounce to occur. The Nasdaq made a nice little hammer down through its support area, but ended up closing above it. You can see the euro still just kind of chopping around sideways here. Oil had this big retreat back down to this old support area. Looking at the sector sentiment grid, again still a lot of these extreme low signals. And you'll notice it's in all the standard areas here. You got consumer discretionary, semis, transports. The common theme out there amongst our sectors is we're either sitting right on support or we're putting in some pretty bullish reversal candlestick patterns. The interesting one here is still telecom to me. You'll notice it's just starting to get a little bit better green here across the board, and I'll show you a chart of that. And here's semiconductors. Big move down, breaking both these prior lows. Here's that chart of telecom. Notice we've just kind of drifted sideways, and this down move we've had isn't anywhere near as bad as what's happened in the overall market. Kind of showing a little strength. Not to the upside, but at least not going down with the rest of the market. You can see materials here sitting on support. And probably the most interesting one out there is energy. Right now we've had our move back down, sitting right in this support area. It does have an extreme low buy signal. And this again has been one of the best groups out there. Industrials landing right on support after today's action. Technology just kind of creeping down through there. Utilities put in a really nice rebound back above our old resistance area. We'll see if we can stay above this line. And the consumer discretionary is just still continuing to fall. They've been one of the worst ones out there for a long time. Coming over to the portfolio review. First, looking at allocation here, you'll see nothing changed from yesterday. We weren't stopped out of any trades and we didn't enter any new positions. We still have about 30% cash available to trade without going into margin. I was able to shave a little bit more risk off today, and this isn't quite right because we've got 1/2 of a position really tight, so it's actually less than what I'm looking at here. Coming down to the closing R's, you can see we've got a lot of money made in these short positions right now. We're up almost 4.5 R's, and our long position has turned a little positive for us. Not too much risk, and we have some money made. I'm just expecting that bounce, so I got real tight with some of those stops. So to kind of sum this stuff up, I'm giving the market rating a 2, which is a little higher than yesterday just because I think a bounce is a little bit more inevitable. The big question on everyone's mind is how big of a bounce. Our portfolio is still rated a 1, we're still above our moving averages, and everything's looking good there. My plan again is just to maybe throw out a few long orders. We're short enough for the time being, plus again I don't think this is the best time to be entering new short positions, so we'll hold off on that and see if the market bounces, if we can't keep some of the money we've made and make a little extra to the upside. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening.